Okay. So would you mind just telling me a little bit about the protest today and what you guys were here for?
We were there because there was a conference for the Submarines Institute Australia, I believe. So they have all these military contractors and businesses, trying to get contracts and deals in the framework of AUKUS. And we want to stop AUKUS. Therefore, we were there to let them know that we were against their plans.
I see. And what are your main reasons for being opposed to AUKUS?
Well, there are many reasons. Just the technicality of the deals just seem like they don't work out on paper. It seems like even the US themselves are saying we're never going to get the submarines that we're signing up for. There's the cost, just the astronomical cost of 360 billions over decades that we are committed to. So just the cost of opportunity, I guess, that we could fund so many other things that are worthwhile funding. And then the anti-militarism, just having arms in the world just in a way produces wars. All right. So I think it's Arundhati Roy who says something like, we used to make arms to fight wars. Now we make wars to produce arms, so it's kind of like reverted. We believe that we can have relationships that are safe and and constructive with our neighbors in the region without arming ourselves necessarily to the teeth like that, and especially break the kind of alliance with the US.
Many supporters of the AUKUS Pact would say that the submarines will strengthen Australian security, particularly against China. What's kind of your position on that?
Well, I guess, as I just said, it looks like we will never get those submarines. Yeah. So just even that. So, this is not even us saying it. It's Donald Trump's administration who are saying that they can't produce the submarines for themselves at a pace that's required, let alone produce them for us. We're the vassal state in this situation. We'll be getting the arms last. So even on that argument, which we would reject anyways because of the kind of militarism of it, it's not even an argument that you can make, because it seems very unlikely that we'll even get the submarines at all. So if we don't have the submarines, in what way can they secure Australia?
Yeah. I see. And what does peace mean to you, and how would you like to see the Australian government going about obtaining that?
Well, I guess, like I said, I think that producing the tools of war is likely to produce wars. And what peace means to me is not war. I understand that we have competing interests, but there's also and even capitalism might not be my framework, but even capitalism understands that there are opportunities for win-wins. Like if we have trade deals, or if we work hand in hand with other countries, rather than annihilate them and seek monopolies, that's better than try to basically suppress, oppress, occupy, kill, and so on and so forth. But not only that, even further than that, I just think that there is no need for such oppression. So basically, regardless of which kind of framework I take, I think that militarism makes no sense to me.
Okay, thank you very much.
No worries.
Really appreciate that. So would you mind just telling us a little bit about what you're here for today and what your position is on AUKUS and the conference inside?
This conference is a gathering of what Bob Dylan used to sing about as the masters of war. I mean, we really have come to a stage in human civilization where these monstrous corporations are just dictating government policies here in Australia and tying us into the worst sort of war crimes that are being committed in Gaza, for example, and also just plundering our economy. This AUKUS deal, which the Australian government signed on to without reference to the Australian people, it's never been voted on in any election. It's holding our entire economy hostage for decades to come. It's insane. Trillions of bloody dollars to be wasted on nuclear war. Who the hell thought that this was a good idea? This is crazy. Yeah, and this conference here, it's part of the whole process of normalising the idea of nuclear war. that these corporations have a legitimate purpose in our society. And they don't. They don't have a legitimate purpose in our university campuses, in our high schools or primary schools, and they are spreading propaganda all the way down to primary school level. It's absolutely insane. No, we don't need this.
Yeah. And how do you feel that the AUKUS Pact and the submarine deal is kind of influencing militarisation in Australia and in our universities as well?
Well, right now, the West Australian state government has declared that they intend to have what they call defence industries, which is war industries, death industries. That's going to be the second biggest employer in Western Australia. We're going to have iron ore mines up north, pardon me, and we'll have death down here and agriculture. That's our future. And so anybody going to university, that's your choice. If you want to do an engineering degree, it'll be a nuclear engineering degree. If you want to study mathematics, you're going to be channeled into developing systems for drones to better assassinate people. And this is the future for the youth of Western Australia if we don't stop it. I mean, the biggest issue that really faces us is climate change. We've got to stop climate change. It's out of control. So that's where our mathematics and engineering studies should be directed. But no, we're being directed exactly in the wrong direction. Yeah.
And some of the conference partners today include Curtin University and L3 Harris, who have a research partnership with UWA. How do you feel about that?
I think it's madness. I know our universities have been corporatised for years, but by God, you don't want to be getting into bed with these sorts of corporations. This expressly integrates our universities in with corporations that are death dealing. And we don't need that. We need to mobilise the students and we need to mobilise the staff to break all of this. And it's going to involve, I mean, not just a reordering of our university system. It's going to involve a reordering of our society, our societal priorities. One of the reasons why universities got corporatised was because under neoliberalism, taxation on the rich got terminated. Oh, we got to start that again. The rich people in Australia and the corporations have got to start paying taxes, and we need to direct those taxes into stopping climate change and building houses for people. Where there's an enormous social need in Australia. That's where we need to be directing our resources.
And what does peace mean to you, and how do you think the Australian government should be going about achieving that?
Peace, for me, ultimately means a world that works for everyone and in which everyone is included. War leads in the exact opposite direction. If we militarise our society here in Western Australia, it will inevitably mean that our democratic rights will be truncated, certainly limited, if not terminated. It means that people like me who speak up against war will have to be silenced. So it's a danger. Whereas, imagine, see, if we turned our industries towards the cause of stopping climate change, we would be talking with people about climate change. We'd be encouraging social interaction, integration. Look at the secrecy and the lies associated with this war drive. That's the opposite of social interaction. That's the opposite of social integration. We are supposed to just keep our heads down and shuffle along and do whatever our betters have decided for us. No, we don't need this.
Thank you very much.
Okay, mate.
Really appreciate it.
Hope it's good for you.
Thank you.